Like I said, I have like 50 hours in this build so far, and I'm a little tired, but it's definitely worth it. Let's show you guys the finished product. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you guys the upgrade that just came in the mail for the L5P Duramax. This is our first ever upgrade. I am so pumped to show this to you guys. But man, is this video gonna be jam-packed full of really awesome information about diesel products, as well as the big final reveal of the HSP bundle kit with the Ryan's Diesel Service Turbo. Red, white, and blue, guys. Bald eagles. It's gonna be a good time. So make sure you watch till the very end as I show you guys what the engine bay actually looks like, because it looks amazing. It almost looks brand new. This video probably took me about 4 days to accomplish, so sit back, enjoy. Thanks for watching. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Man, I am so excited to share this with you. Check this out. So this is all I have left for the LMM build. So I'm gonna keep you guys updated. Make sure you guys watch till the very end. I probably have 50 hours in this truck. She knows it. I've been in the garage quite a bit, huh?
Yeah, I've been no help, I'm sorry.
No. Well, we do have 4 kids, so.
I know.
Yeah. So, welcome back, guys. Thank you again. So, here on the ground, we're gonna go ahead and unbox our very first upgrade for the 2018 L5P Denali HD that we have here on the channel. And man, that thing is so nice. You drove it today, huh? So what's your overall opinion on the L5P so far? Was it a good idea that we got that truck?
Oh yeah, it's great. It's like very smooth ride. It's very quiet, like you forget you're driving a diesel. Actually driving it, I get kind of nervous because I'm scared someone's gonna like crash into me and destroy it. I don't know, but I like driving it when I have open roads.
She makes a very solid point there, and she's absolutely right. I feel the same exact way, but it's for reliability, guys. And then one more thing before I start this video, I'm gonna be getting her truck ready, so make sure you stay tuned for that video as well. I'm gonna be taking that thing down to Van Wert, Ohio County Fairgrounds to be exact. This Friday, Saturday, as well as Sunday. On Friday evening at 6 p.m. I will be pulling the sled. So if you guys wanna come out to the county fair, I'll be there with a booth, the Wife Max, as well as Old Red, and we're gonna go ahead and tear it up. So stay tuned. Hopefully I don't blow up my wife's truck.
Yeah, I hope not. Hey, it'd be a good video if you did.
Yeah, it'd be expensive.
Yeah, I'd be kind of bummed.
Well, the good thing is that we semi have this thing bulletproof for a street legal truck. Everything front end is Kryptonite products. We have the Kodiak truck driveline. We have HSP track bars on this thing. We have a built transmission as well as a built motor, with the exception of the bottom end, because that's what I'm really worried about. So, all right, enough yapping. Let's go ahead and open these boxes, show you guys exactly what we picked up for the new L5P emissions. I hate calling it emissions build. For the emissions build for the L5P, let's see what we can do with her. As you guys can see, we have a 3-inch downpipe for an L5P.
Oh, look, this got like 3 boxes in it. 4.
Woo, we got some boxes to open.
What's going on here?
You know what we should do? We should do the snap thing and just let it all like unbox together. What do you think?
Sure.
Let's do that.
All right, here it is. Here we go.
In a small way, I think you guys saw this coming. Let's talk about this really quick. I'm really pumped about this stuff. First upgrades that we are doing on the Denali L5P Duramax, it's gonna be manifolds, up pipes, a downpipe, as well as the engine oil pan. Let me show you what I have here. So first on the agenda, we're gonna talk about the PPE high flow exhaust manifolds with up pipes. Now this application will be a 2017 to 2021 Duramax L5P, and included with the kit, you're gonna get everything you need. The hardware, the gaskets, as well as the up pipe gaskets, so you don't have to outsource anything. But some of the featured benefits that really stand out in my opinion, since I've been running a lot of high flow manifolds, especially from the PPE line, is a significant reduction in exhaust back pressure. Also, the manifolds are really strong. The construction is actually made out of a cast iron. You'll never have a problem with these manifolds. Having one direct shot versus any sort of pinches, I'll show you guys once I actually remove the up pipes in another video what the differences are before and after, so you have a better understanding. They're very, very well made. They have a free-flowing stainless steel inner liner inside of the bellows. I honestly don't think I'll ever have an issue with these for as long as I own this truck. So I'm pretty thrilled to show this to you guys. It is a new and improved PPE high capacity cast aluminum oil pan. I did go with the raw, which I thought was a nice touch because we're gonna powder coat this in the garage. For us Duramax guys, most of us do know that when you pull the plug on the oil pan, you're not gonna get all the engine oil out of there because it's not a flat bottom design. This oil pan, just like all the other ones that I've installed on some of the other Duramaxes on my channel, is a high capacity oil pan, which means that you're gonna add an additional 2 quarts. Another thing to note is it's a cast aluminum, which is gonna keep your engine oil cooler. It's also designed with internal ribs that add strength and rigidity to the actual piece. Really pumped about this upgrade, so I had to pull the trigger on this order. I'm really glad that these are gonna be my first upgrades because if I do this now, I don't have to do this later, and it's a really great peace of mind. And of course, it's always overall better for the engine, but the stock L5P downpipe causes restriction and limits the movement of exhaust gases. So PPE solves this problem with a 3-inch 304 stainless steel downpipe. It comes with this woven titanium heat sleeve, and these are stainless steel clamps, so it's already pre-installed. All you gotta do is install it. It's a little tight back there, guys, so again, I'm gonna be showing you exactly how I'm gonna install all this stuff. But let me know what you guys think. It's going to be a process to install this, so bear with me. I will be getting these how-to videos out to you guys on my other YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe. But on this channel, here, I'd say the next couple weeks, I plan on doing, once I actually install this, I'll plan on doing the same exact thing as I am with this LMM Duramax right here. We're doing the 0 to 60 test, we're doing the boost test, as well as the quarter-mile test. Alright guys, so that was from a dead stop. And she was a little squirrely, I didn't get a lot of traction, but I was able to stay sort of planted. So we're gonna go with that number, because we're gonna do it on the same exact strip. So it's gonna be 6.58, so basically 7 seconds, 0 to 60 on a stock tune. All right, so let's check out our boost really quick. I'm gonna go ahead and just flat foot it. So 26 was our number, so we're gonna go with 26 on the boost. Again, we're gonna go ahead and test this out once we put the new turbo in, and let's see what numbers we come up with. But our number is 1509, which really isn't bad. But just to keep you guys updated, once we have everything done, I plan on putting this thing back on the road, and we're gonna do it again, but with all the upgrades. It's kind of a neat little series if you think about it, because we're gonna do the same exact thing with these manifolds and up pipes as well as that down pipe. I personally think that the turbo is going to spool up just a little bit faster. We may be able to pick up 1 or 2 extra PSI, but more importantly, I think those EGTs are going to decrease. Yeah, there you guys have it. First upgrades for the L5P. I can't be more excited about this one right here. I'm gonna have some really cool YouTube videos to post. I don't think anybody else on YouTube's doing this. I think you guys are wondering, why aren't you doing a air intake? Why aren't you doing, you know, like a Derringer emissions tuner or something like that where you're gonna get the instant? I wanna do the hard stuff first. I think I'm gonna change it up. It's really easy to do those external bolt-on parts that are right in your face where you can actually just put them on, plug and play and go. But I wanna put my blood, sweat, and tears in this one, but I'm not gonna go over the top. I'm not gonna build this thing to like 800 horsepower or anything like that. We just want reliability, and this right here is definitely gonna fit the bill. So let's go ahead and keep plugging away at this LMM here. You're gonna have to remove this entire bracket. That's it. So now that we're freed up, we're gonna go ahead and install our HSP valve cover. One thing you guys can do is put them together and make sure that the shape matches so you know which side goes where. That's how I did it. So nothing too fancy, guys. I'm just gonna put some gasket maker right in this valley, work my way all the way around. I'm not gonna get too crazy here, but nice thin layer. And then I'll go ahead and place it right on there, and we'll start putting in our Allen bolts. I'm gonna take some brake clean and a rag, and I'm literally gonna clean that surface completely. I wanna make sure there's nothing on here. That's important. We want the mating surface to be clean. Just do a practice run installing this valve cover before you actually goop all the gasket maker on here and then decide to put it in there, because you may run into an issue where you're dinging into something and you gotta redo the gasket. Like I was saying, guys, just take a rag and some brake clean and just clean the surface right here. See all this crud that just comes right off of it? You want to make sure this is nice and clean. And then another thing, with all the contaminants that are open in the air, it's going to definitely drop into the high pressure side of the fuel rail as well as the injectors. And on top of the injectors, that's your return. But you want to make sure that all these right here, there's no dirt that gets into them. Now, if there is, go ahead and just take like some compressed air or something and just blow these out. That way, once you put your hard lines back on, you don't have to worry about any contaminants that may get into the high pressure system. And just do a dry run, see how this is actually gonna fit. But that's basically it. Just go ahead and tighten that fitting. And then we're gonna go ahead and start installing all of our hard lines, our return lines, our injector harnesses, just everything in general. And we'll go ahead and get back with you guys. We can actually get to the turbo install. And hopefully it's not much of a fight getting it in as it was pulling it out, because this was tough trying to get out. So let's get her in there. Hardest part is lining up this drain tube on the back of this turbo. Whew. Hey Julie, grab me that big blue pipe on the ground with 2 hands.
Okay.
And don't scratch it.
Okay, I won't.
Please.
I'll try not to.
Thank you. Oh. Alright. No matter what happens, this pipe will always get scratched in some way when you feed this through there. It's gonna happen. As long as the top part right here doesn't get scratched, I think you'll be good. Alright. Like I said, I have like 50 hours in this build so far, and I'm a little tired, but it's definitely worth it. Thanks for watching till the end. Let's show you guys the finished product. This is a real treat, guys. We went from a completely destroyed, nasty looking engine bay to what you see here now. I do plan on going over how I did all of this extra wiring and how I tucked everything in and made it nice. The gist really goes like this. I did valve covers, so since I was already that far, I went ahead and degreased the entire engine and I power washed it. After that, I used a very high temp paint, but I think it turned out really nice. It almost looks brand new in person. It's kind of hard to tell in camera. It looks better in person than it does in camera. Although I cannot get these connectors to look cleaner. Let me know in the comments how I can get these wiring harnesses a little cleaner. Those do look a little destroyed. But I did wire loom everything, and I just think it looks really, really nice. You guys are probably wondering what that sticker is right there. I sell those on my website. It says American Essential Truck. The reason why I put it there is because I have a very small scratch. So I decided to cover it with one of my decals. These decals last a very long time in the engine bay. I did this before when I did the high flow bundle kit on the LML. That was like 3 years ago. And it's still holding. I'd say my favorite part about this whole deal right here is the red, white, and then blue. The way it inducts into the turbo, into the Ryan's diesel service, that's the 64 millimeter. But I have to give a huge shout out to Mike at HSP Diesel. When I was on the phone with him ordering all these parts, I think I told you guys this in an earlier video, but I told Mike to surprise me. I wanted red, white, and blue. This turned out way better than I thought. Another thing that I really enjoy is this forward-facing thermostat housing right here. I talk about these all the time. I rant and rave about them. I'm gonna post a video on my other channel on the benefits of why this is so important. Let's be honest, it looks really good, but there's other benefits. This was no picnic, as you guys can tell. Hang on, just bear with me on this one. Once I get all my ducks in a row with this truck, because I still have to button it up, once everything is done, I'm gonna be posting a very exciting video. It's gonna be a video premiere, so make sure you subscribe if this is your first time stopping in. Let me know what you guys think about the L5P build. I'm extremely pumped about that. We're gonna be starting on that here in the next few weeks. I need another one of me. But hey, you guys know my style. I'm gonna document absolutely everything and show you guys so we can take you guys along for the journey, so we can all learn together. We're gonna have an awesome time doing it. But that's all the time that we have for today. We'll see you on the next video. Stay tuned. All right, so check this out. This is kind of funny. So as you can see, I have the McTuning rock lights. I actually have the Adrenaline off-road wheel lights, which are pretty cool. Nice touch for truck shows, but Something kind of cool that Kyle, you want to show your face?
Yeah, we realized that I wanted to change my rock lights, and there's like a lot of people's rock lights that show us up on the McTuning app.
Okay,
And
so
then you see all these little...
you have all these little guys, and like if you look around, if you just pan around for me, Kyle, you can see we have rock lights all over the place, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're hooked there. So let's see what truck this one does. We'll just go fast. We'll just make one go fast.
Yeah, green ones.
I got you.
Yeah, they're flashing.
But
It's pretty cool.
the hinges are off the Cadillac.
Okay.
You gotta cut the fender wells.
Lambo doors.
Lambo doors.
This is a pretty sweet build, man. Very, very nice. I like the grill. The Denali grill really sets it off. Woo!